The Teal Mask is the name of the first part of the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, and it was officially announced on Pokemon Day in February this year. But what if I told you that, while not really named, we've had hints before? And no, I do not mean the Kirakami festival poster that you can find in the Treasure Eatery in Medellin. That's pretty cool though. I mean 1 year before its official announcement. I mean on the first trailer of all for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. So hey, I'm Not So Ace Trainer, and what about the Teal Door? Let's get into it. While I was streaming on twitch.tv/NotSoAceTrainer, check it out, Nightshades, a member of our PokeNerds community, put on the tinfoil hat and started digging into the first trailer, finding a very peculiar thing. Well, many things, but today we'll look at just one, the Teal Door. On the previous video about the Blueberry Academy, I told you how it was also hinted at by this image, and while it is not as prevalent or in your face, the Teal Door kinda is. They kinda focus on the Teal Door. We all remember that trailer very well, but in case you don't, the security guard of a pretty modern building enters a room that's glowing with a mix of scarlet and violet light, and then finds himself in something akin to a cabinet of curiosities, a collection of notable objects that eventually evolved into modern-day museums. We see many things that had no meaning at the time, but that we now know are deeply connected to Scarlet and Violet, like Katie's apron, the Team Star logo, a typewriter, Scarlet and Violet books, and many other things like the Blueberry Academy thing that I mentioned before. But eventually, when things start going crazy in the room, the security guard points the flashlight at the door, and in between the Naranja and Uva Academy logos, we see a Teal Door. When I started looking into this again, it took me right back to those first theories we had when the names of the games were announced, and eventually developed even more and more as Koraidon and Miraidon were revealed, and then Cyclozar. The light spectrum, ultraviolet is the future while infrared is the past. In the middle, where green lies, we have the present. So Miraidon would be in ultraviolet, Koraidon in infrared, and Cyclozar right in the middle in green. That was a cool theory, and in a way, it was somewhat correct. Koraidon is the past paradox of Cyclozar and Miraidon the future paradox of Cyclozar. What all of that truly means, the past paradox of this and the future paradox of that, no one really knows, but we all have our theories and I have my own that you can check out, but it's up to the DLC to really solve it. Right now, we have to look at all of these colors, the rest of them, not the Scarlet and Violet that we already know about. No, we gotta look at the Indigo and the Teal. Teal and Indigo are the next colors we have in the games. The Teal Mask and the Indigo Disc, part of the hidden treasure of Area Zero. They are progressing towards Violet, at least from how they're being released. They seem to be walking towards the future. And the positioning of the Teal Door right in the middle of the Naranja and Uva logos, and then it closing down at the end, makes me feel like it somehow connects them, but it is now closed. For the longest time now, I've had this theory that there are two worlds or two realities, the Violet and Scarlet reality, and that they are kinda connected by some strange power that we don't really know about. But we've always known about this, about the Pokemon multiverse, so we know realities like this exist. But I feel like these games kinda make it a lot stranger than it already was. While usually you have the opposing legendary and a few exclusives, in this game things take a strange turn because you not only have the opposing legendary, you have a completely different professor, and because of that, a completely different set of paradox Pokemon. But that's not the strangest part. While there's no mention by name of the opposing professor in the game, only the hint that the professor is Arven's missing parent, the opposing paradox Pokemon have information about them, even if just in paranormal magazines. If these Pokemon are exclusive to what Heath has described, and consequentially what the professor searched for and then what they brought from the time machine, from the supposed time machine, so the past or future paradox, how is there information about the opposing ones in the opposing world? If the past paradox are indeed real, sure, there could be some archaeological information about them. They happened before. But that all falls apart when the future paradox also have information about them in Scarlet. They haven't happened in that world. I've told you before and I'm telling you again, everything is a story come to life. The typewriters in the trailer, the books in the games and trailers, someone is writing stuff that then is coming to life. And I'm pretty sure it is Heath. I can already imagine the guy just sitting there in a strange dimension, the Dragon Palace from the Urashimataru tale that we've talked about 1,000 times before, and he's just writing stuff that comes to life. But that's another thing to talk about on another day. Right now, let's focus on the Teal Door. Doors that lead to a different dimension aren't something new in mythology or even entertainment. We all know about things like the Small Door in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, leading into, well, Wonderland, or the Wardrobe in the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. In Celtic mythology, you had fairy doors or fairy portals that would lead into the fairy realm. In Sumerian myth, you had Inanna talking about the 7 gates she had to go through in order to reach the underworld. In the end, it all comes together, and I think the reason you have to be done with the Teal Mask before starting the Indigo disc is exactly because that part of the DLC will be incredibly important at connecting the strange mysteries you still haven't figured out. But that is not all. For the longest time, I've seen this strange metal plate from Area Zero as a way of showing us that there is a connection between 2 realities that are on the same region, Paldea, and that connect in that specific point of Area Zero. But what if they don't connect in Area Zero anymore? What if there was something that held the power to connect both realities? And what if that something was taken from Area Zero by someone from Heath's expedition team, or maybe by Ogerpon itself? What if that something was actually a mask? Just like doors leading to different dimensions, masks are used in various cultures for the same reason, especially when it comes to theater and ceremonies. Like for example, the Dogon people of Mali using them in the Dhamma ceremony to guide deceased family members to the realm of the ancestors, or for example, keeping up with the Japanese theme in No theater, where the use of masks by actors is said to serve as a gateway to the realm of the character being represented. So, Ogerpon, or at least Ogerpon's mask, will likely be the connector between what we have played and what we will play. And if you think about it, what is the thing that, in our world, in the real world, connects the past to the future in a way? Or at least that keeps the past alive as we walk into the future? In every country, in every city or town, wherever in the world, there are traditions being celebrated. Festivals that started a long time ago and slowly evolved with time, but that are still a glimpse at the past. A glimpse at something that isn't, but maybe was. And in Kitakami, they have a festival that we'll take part in as well, where they celebrate exactly that. The past when the heroes of Kitakami saved the village. The Teal Mask itself will be the thing that connects everything between Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, since I believe we will need either the mask or Ogerpon with the mask in order to be able to enter a different place where a lot of the answers to the questions we've been asking forever now are waiting for us. And that is all I have for you today. As always, I encourage you to bring your crazy ideas to the streams or leave them in the comments to discuss them with me, because I absolutely love going through those rabbit holes that sometimes are just triggered by one simple thing. So please, don't hesitate in leaving crazy stuff in the comments. But what about you? Are you more excited for the Teal Mask or the Indigo disc? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, before I go, let me thank my Twitch viewer Jupanita for claiming a shout out for this video. Thank you so much for all of your support. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitch. I stream there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord. All the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.